Hello, my name is Robert Christensen, here again to just bring some different awareness to a subject that's been part of my life for about 6 years, and it's in relation to the term Ascension Symptoms. You know, what are you feeling? What are you experiencing? What's going on? Things of that nature. Well, the same. I've, come to some recent, let's just say, awareness perspectives. And it just made me start questioning my reality. What's really going on? To say, I never really thought to question. I just accept, others' ideas of it and what seemed to be like the common theme for a group. And I just kind of rolled with it. So, but now I'm asking questions. I'm like, well, hey, why not? I can do that. Anybody can do that. It's simple. We don't have to accept anything. And after, I've just seen some recent things. It's like, well, I'm going to start asking questions. Doesn't hurt. Just ask, you know what I mean? So today with this, what I'm asking today, I did another video about, the ears ringing. What is that all about? What does that mean? So I also want to, start asking the question that's really big is this shadow working off planetary karma, collective karma. For 6 years, I've been under the impression that we keep working out karma, that it's personal and collective, and that many of us are chosen to, transmute that type of energy, and that we're going through a big shadow clearing. We're going through a dark night of the soul with all this. And it's like, well, I accepted that story for many years and just thought, yeah, that's part of this process. But after year after year after year, I keep going through the most challenging, dark times, that just make me feel completely engrossed with negativity, with struggle, with strife, with, questioning faith, going through physical conditions. I mean, everything. And I've accepted that this is a positive thing, that this is part of an ascension program. This is what was being shared from people who channel different dimensional beings. And this is what the general, consensus is for everybody that's following this particular program. This is a good thing. We're letting go of thousands of years of stuff, and it's like, well, does it ever stop? And, when I look back and it's like, is ascension supposed to be this uncomfortable? Is ascension supposed to be going through so much uncertainty? And it's like, because every explanation for a lot of this stuff, when I think about it, it doesn't make sense to me at all. 6 years and I keep going through, this dark stuff, this shadow. And it's like, well, is that real? Are we sure? Are we accepting a condition, personality that this is just common? Or maybe we reinforcing something we shouldn't be? Is maybe asking questions. Like, are we sure that that's what we're processing? Have we stopped and felt what's actually happening with this? I know me, I've been one who's very fascinated with the mind, the way the brain thinks, and which is very masculine, and never actually feeling. So anybody presents anything that seems like it's got a nice flow to it, it's like, oh yeah, that could be it. And then somebody else presents something. And then I just kind of roll with it and I don't think for myself anymore. And I find that kind of leader follower role play that happens so much in life, especially partnerships, everything, where one instantly assumes that and the other kind of conforms to it. It's a weird social pattern. And I started doing this in regards to this Ascension Symptoms. It's like, all right, yeah, that's good, and it's like when we have this weird off balance, it's like, oh man, I got hit with energies. Yeah, man, I must be really letting go of some big shadows. Wow, I must be really clearing lifetimes. Or wow, I must have done something big for the collective. Wow, we're going to a big purge for the collective. And I started recognizing this just recently. It's like, wow, we're really celebrating an imbalance. We're really honoring that this is something joyful and celebratory. And it's like, wait a minute, we're really talking about some weird stuff here, that we're just like saying that this is okay, that somehow this should be happening. And I'm like, wait a minute, really? Are we sure this should be happening? Are you sure shadow work stuff, that this is continuously, and how many channelers have come through, said the ascension is going to happen this year, that all karma is going to be released for the planet, that the whole financial thing is going to shift. And yeah, I've been there, played that game too. And it's like, well, it hasn't happened. 6 years, I've heard the same thing over and over many, many times, So it's like, wow, I'm just questioning my reality now. I'm questioning the things that are being handed to me and expressed to me in the public domain, especially, for those of you using social networking, it's very common, and there's a huge, huge growing trend about ascension. And what is it, what is it that's happening? So here I am, and it's like, well, let's just start asking questions. And like, why not? It doesn't hurt anything. And some things just don't seem, natural anymore to me, or par for the course. So yeah, and feels good asking these questions, because surprisingly many people have given some very, very interesting responses in regards to this as I've been asking this question. And so it's allowing us to go deeper into what we really think our reality is and what we really believe is actually happening. So I leave this with you. Feel what it is that's happening when that's being expressed. Does that feel natural? Does that feel organic? Does that feel in alignment with your highest soul's truth? That is happening. And just ask, maybe something feels a little off, and it does. Just sit with it. You don't need to have answers today, but as long as you're willing to question and, see if that's really authentic. Is that genuine experience that, we're supposed to be feeling darkness, that shadow, this continuous shadow work that just never seems to end, is really part of the ascension process. And how much more can we, process for the collective? And the thing is, like, I used to think, well, we have a lot to clear. There's a lot of problems in the world. Yeah. So when does that stop? Does that continue 10, 20 more years? Does that really seem like a healthy design for ascension that's part of the divine? That's like we have to struggle so much? Or seems like, an ascension program that's coming and we're getting closer to heaven, that would be a lot more peaceful, a lot more soothing and loving. So I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. You do whatever you want. Think whatever you want, but I'm just going to ask, is that real? Is this natural? Is this authentic? So anyways, won't be repeat myself anymore. I wish you the best, and yeah, hope you keep questioning things that just don't seem, in order at some point. So wishing you the very best. Many blessings to you on your sacred journey. Thank you.